Today we're going to be diving into a bit more Diablo 4 and I'm going to be going over some amazing aspects that you can pick up for your Codex of Power very early on in the game, perfect for keeping your Barbarian alive and make sure he makes his way through the campaign. So if that interests you, stay tuned. That's coming up next. Welcome back everyone. Today we're going to be looking at some aspects from the Codex of Power that are absolutely amazing for grabbing up early in order to make life much easier for your Barbarian and keep him alive as he makes his way through the world and tackles the minions of hell. Now the perfect thing with these, all of them can be obtained very early on in the game from the Fractured Peaks, and because they're aspects from your Codex of Power, you can reapply them to any items you find that you think are worth keeping. So the first one we're going to go over is going to be the aspect of Undying Fury. Killing an enemy with a core skill refunds 10% of its base fury cost. This can only happen once per skill cast, and even though 10% doesn't sound the highest, when you start getting a bit of regeneration and other means about yourself in order to generate fury, even this 10% can help massively to either get out another skill use or possibly to be able to make your skills last a little bit longer. If you're anything like me and your luck is terrible with finding legendaries, then any of these are worth putting on. This one can definitely help maintaining your skills. Remember, all of these aspects are going to be picked up in the very first zone you start from, and this one's going to be picked up in the Hallowed Ossuary, which can be located just here on your world map. Over to the next aspect, and this one is absolutely amazing. If you've not been able to figure out how to put Unstoppable in your build, then this one can actually be a bit of a lifesaver, because Unstoppable is definitely needed at times to break the CC and to stop your character falling over. So the Eluding aspect, injured whilst crowd controlled, grants you Unstoppable for 4 seconds, and the effect has a 40-second cooldown. There is quite a big cooldown with this because it is kind of a passive freebie, but like I said early on, if you're not able to generate Unstoppable in some form, this one may well be one you want to pick up in order to make things a lot easier for your character. If we jump over to the world map again, this one can be picked up all the way from the top left of Fractured Peaks, and that's at the Caldera Gate dungeon. Over to another one that is definitely worth picking up very early on. This one can be an absolute lifesaver as this effect can really help you out, and that's going to be the aspect of the Protector. Damaging an elite enemy grants you a barrier absorbing up to 240 damage. Obviously this will chop and change as you level your character up or put certain things into your skill tree, but it also lasts for 10 seconds. The effect can only happen once every 30 seconds, so basically you've got around about 20 seconds downtime. That is not bad in the slightest, and being able to generate a barrier can work hand in hand with a lot of other things, so if you feel your character's a little bit on the squishy side and you want a bit of extra mitigation, again this is probably a great one to pick up. You can obtain this aspect by completing the dungeon just down the bottom left here of the Fractured Peaks, and that's going to be the Lost Archives. Another one that I really like picking up early on will be aspect of the Tempering Blows. Barbarian is all about that in your face, completely close range damage, so being able to get any damage mitigation can help you massively. This one, after weapon swapping 6 times, you gain 35 Fortify. Any way you're able to generate Fortify can really help you out as a Barbarian. Later on you're going to have a lot of kit around it, and once you do become fortified you're going to get that 10% extra damage mitigation as well, which again is going to make your life a whole bunch easier for just staying in the thick of things, taking out groups of enemies and trying not to fall over to those tougher elites, bosses or even world bosses. So aspect of the Tempering Blows may well be one you want to look at. This one can be picked up very close to our last dungeon we were at, and that's going to be in the Defiled Catacombs. Last but definitely not least, I'm going to go over a legendary drop that's a guaranteed. You're going to get this quite early on in the campaign, and it's one that you might want to keep on for a little while because it can really help to keep you alive, and that's going to be Vigo's Protecting Amulet. Don't worry, this one you're going to obtain no matter what, but it does come with an absolutely amazing kind of bubble shield that pretty much makes you invincible while you're in it. Time for a little breather to work out exactly what to do, or just to regenerate a bit of your health. The main reason it's so good, when you're hit when not healthy, a magic bubble is summoned around you for, I believe it was 6 seconds as standard, and whilst you're standing in this bubble, players are completely immune, and this can only occur once every 90 seconds. If you're after an out and out safety net, something that's going to give you a little break and allow you to gain your composure, then this is going to be the one for you. But yeah, hopefully that's helped a few of you guys and girls out. These are all well worth picking up early game, because obviously you can reapply the aspects of the occultist to some of your other gear, making your life a little bit easier, as unless you're completely going out of your way to look for legendaries, they can be quite hard to drop very near the start of the game. But yeah, as always, there's going to be a lot more gaming content from me on Diablo. As always, take care. I'll see you on next day.